Hey y'all, did you miss me? Or are you sick of me? I know you missed me, stop playing with me. You see, we still looking good. Now, I thought this dress would be very nice to show you guys because this is the dress I was wearing when I met my husband 4 years ago. I walked into the room wearing this dress. It's a see-through dress. I don't know if y'all can see through it because I put on something underneath. Because I know y'all be a little pervy sometimes. Anyways, and obviously he fell in love. So clearly I have good style. Y'all see these dimples? That's a natural fat bitch. Now, hey y'all, how y'all been doing? Y'all missed me? I know you did. I want to thank everybody for watching the last video. We're running the numbers up. Y'all fucking with a real goddess. Thank you. I appreciate it. So today, I thought we could talk about what is the greatest life lesson you feel like you've learned? Like, well, I don't care how you learned it. I don't care who told it to you. What is the your greatest lesson that you feel like you learned firsthand or somebody told you and you experienced it firsthand? For me, I have a few. Number one, God got a sense of humor. And I mean that because, you know, the old saying, the best laid plans, you know what I'm saying? They paved the road to hell. Like, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, whatever you thought you had planned, God got a different plan. Like, it's just, God has a sense of humor. He has a way of humbling us, teaching us. I do truly believe that the power of the universe, of all the gods and goddesses, are within us. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. So when I say God and I say he, I can say she, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, that power is divine and it doesn't necessarily have a sex. I just say he because I do think that men were made for women. So if there was going to be a divine power, probably was a man first and asked for a woman power to be there with him. That's my personal opinion. Might not be right. That's fine. I don't care. But I do believe both powers are naturally divine. So, whatever. But God has a sense of humor for sure. And I learned that when you truly understand to not care about what people think about you. Now, that doesn't mean to be coarse or to be rude or to be a bitch all the time or be cold-blooded. But when you stop worrying about what other people might be saying about you or what someone else might think or, you know what I'm saying, the naysayers, the haters, I don't care what you want to call them, but when you stop being concerned about that and you just make moves based on what makes good sense and what fits you and your goal, like what serves your family, like what suits this environment that you're in. When you make decisions based on purely that and not, oh no, I don't want to rub my friend the wrong way, I don't want to disappoint my parents, I like, when you make decisions based on that, it frees you to such a clearer presence of mind when you are making hard decisions, because it's tough to make hard decisions and be worried about whose toes you might be stepping on, who you might be offending, who's gonna have some bad shit to say about you. Because, you know, there's an old saying, it's crazy until somebody does it. It was crazy for people to think that they could fly and make airplanes until somebody did the motherfucker. It was crazy to think that there could be a fastest human in the world that could run faster, I don't know, than an animal till somebody did it. Like, everything sounds crazy. The wheel sounded crazy until they made that motherfucker. Then all of a sudden it made perfect sense. So, I think the freedom of making decisions based on not other people's opinions, what feels good to you, what suits you, there's such a freedom in there, there's a liberty in there. So that was a good lesson for me to learn in life. I learned, for me, the things that mean the most to me, that have held the most value and were the most long lasting, was none of the things I could buy with money. The things I could buy with money are nice now, though. They're nice. But they're just things. These are just replaceable things. And the things that have mattered to me the most were people or places or moments that can't ever be purchased again, can't ever be relived, can't ever be, you know, mimicked. Those were the things that were the most valuable to me. So I'm the most proud and I find the most joy in those things. But that took me a long time to understand. A long time. Like, I wish I had that kind of wisdom and knowledge when I was much younger. They're like, hey, nice stuff is nice, but it's not going to be the stuff that you long for and yearn for. It's going to be the people and the moments. That's going to be the shit that holds the most weight in your heart and in your spirit. And finally, I would say the best lesson I learned to keep my anger in check, dead ass, was that you cannot expect yourself from other people. So just because you walk into a scenario like, well, I'm going to do it like this because this is what I would do. And I know that the other motherfucker on the other end, they're going to handle themselves like this because that's not what they're going to do. They're not going to work like you would work. They're not going to love like you would love. They're not going to talk the way you would talk or walk the way you would walk. They're not going to do you because you are who you are. Now, you might find people who have similarities and y'all have things in common and y'all can have common ground. But even then, they're their own individual. Their path, the way they walk and talk and live their life will differ from you. And if you walk into every situation expecting yourself from other people, you're going to always be disappointed. And that shit used to really piss me off and really trigger my anger. So I really had to motherfucking learn, like, stop doing that. Allow people to be who they're going to be. And if you love them and if you have respect for them, then you will love them more for being who they are. Not for expecting them to be the way you want them to be or what makes sense to you. You will love and respect them for being the total individuals that they are. Even if you disagree. Now, personally, I like to disagree with somebody. I like for us to disagree. Let's talk about it. You gonna tell me how you feel, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Maybe we'll change his mind, maybe we won't. But we don't always have to agree to have great relationships, to have great bonds with people, soul ties. You don't have to be in agreement with every step they make and every move they make, but you can love and respect them for who they are and the moves they make and the steps they take. But when you stop expecting yourself, you be disappointed a whole lot less. A whole lot less. So I do wish I had learned that when I was younger too, because I think it would have helped me stop being so angry. Because a lot of shit, when people do shit, especially if they're like doing some grimy shit, I'd be like, damn, why did you do that? I would have never done that to you. I would have never acted like that. Like, that would have never been the way I handled myself or carried myself. Y'all see this jacket. Don't just make everything look great. Courtesy of my chocolate god. My husband loves me more than y'all husband loves you. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know he love me. He love me. I love him too. Anyways, bruh, what's your greatest lesson you learned in life?
Shit, I can't. Would just say the greatest lesson is at my age would be too much.
Well, what's the first one come to your mind then? That like was tried and true. Maybe you heard it before, or maybe you just learned it over time. Like you can take that one to the bank.
To be honest with you, I don't really know. Just to pick it out top of the head like that. I mean, like when you say life experience, good, bad, or
I mean any lesson. Like I said, like if I was gonna say like for a specific thing, the greatest lesson I learned with raising children was that you will have to parent each child different. It don't matter how by the book you try to be, or well, I did this with this one, so I'm gonna do the same with the next one. No, you ain't. It's got to be different for each child.
Well, I guess if that's the case, my greatest lesson that benefited me all through life is listening to my elders.
Okay.
That's just point blank, because you can't learn how to do none of that you just said, without some kind of experience in your ear, a sense of experience. So the experience for my elders, and paying attention when they was talking, soaking it in, being the sponge around them.
Yeah.
That was mostly it.
Yeah. You know what? I like that. Listening to your elders, absorbing the wisdom of those who came before us. Y'all heard me just say, we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. I think this generation, they are so quick to be dismissive of old people. Like, yeah, that's a different generation. But if you know anything about life, history repeats itself. And although it might not be the exact same scenario, I bet you it's similar. I bet you it's a lot of the same mentalities and pressures that caused this thing to happen. So if you listen to people that came before you, like, hey, when we encountered this kind of problem, this is what we did, this will work, this what didn't work, you will save yourself a lot of goddamn hardship. You will save yourself a lot of errors and mistakes. And I think that's why old people, especially when they get real old, you never notice how they be just smiling all the time? I think it's because they're amused with the people around them. They be telling them, like, boy, I've been told you that. I've been told you that. I've been told you don't mess with that girl. She was no good. I've been told you that truck wasn't gonna run. Like, I don't give a damn what it is. They'll just sit back. They don't be raising their voice too much unless you got an older grandma, because she would still cuss you. I don't give a damn. 95 years old, she gonna raise her voice and tell you playing with the wrong one. But like older men, they be just smiling because they already told you. They tried to warn you. They tried to give you the advice. If you don't heed the advice, then shit, you didn't really need it, did you? Because if I give it to you, if I hand it to you, and you still won't absorb it, that's why they say you can take a horse to water, you can't make them drink. But I do find a lot of value in older people. When I was young, especially when I was in the streets, all I did was hang out with old people. That's why I know a lot of the older music. Y'all hear me saying a lot of the old nigga sayings, because I was always around the old people, because I figured if I'm trying to figure out how to go from this young girl who's dumb and doesn't know shit and trying to figure it out, the best way ain't to talk to people that's maybe one generation above me. Nigga, I need to talk to the people that's 2 or 3 generations above me, because they've already seen all of this. They already did all this type shit, and I need to figure out how to get to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Old and chilling, straight, money in the bank, niggas ain't got no problems. They family straight, like, that's because you don't have to be wealthy to be able to live a good life and surround yourself with the people that you love, and to leave this world, happy and full and with a sense of completion. And I lived my life. You hear a lot of old people say, don't worry about me, child. I lived my life. I'm good. Because they really feel that way. They feel like they have fulfilled their self no matter what they did. I don't care what job they worked or how much family they had, or like, they have come to a sense of peace and understanding. And that's such a beautiful thing. So that's why I say we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors, because we are not who we are today had it not been for the generations before us. We don't understand the struggle that they went through in the same way that people from this generation feel like they don't understand our struggle. We don't understand theirs. We didn't live through that. But I can tell you, they lived through a lot. They saw a lot. They know a lot. So I like that one. Listening to your elders. Oh, and I would say the best lesson I learned about money, always save. You don't have to save more than you spend. You should. But you should at least save a portion every time you make money. You should save it. Save it for a vacation. Save it for a rainy day. Save it for retirement. I don't give a fuck what you save it for. But when you get money, before you just go to spend or just go to pay bills, save some. Then spend some, pay bills, however you're going to do it. But you should save, because there will come a time where you won't have it. You won't be able to physically get up and go get it. So you need that. And that little bit, whether it's a little bit or a lot of bit, will carry you through. So save. Save some of your money. And this is going to sound hypocritical, because I have a problem fighting. I understand that. But I think if we could figure out a way to not get so mad so quick, to not be wanting to just tear a nigga head off so quick, and to sit down to the table, maybe break bread, talk about it, I do think that we could all live in a much better environment where we are more likely to all succeed, or at least more of us succeed, than if we were so quick to jump to anger and violence. And I know that's hypocritical of me, because baby, I got a problem and I understand. So that'll be the lesson that I'm still trying to get in order. So those will be my greatest lessons. I also would say love doesn't come to you when you're looking for it. It comes to you when you're not, when you least expect it, when you got all the shit lined up in your life the way you want it, you're accomplishing your goals and striving towards, that's when love will hit you. I would say you have to nurture friendships in the same way that you nurture relationships, like romantic relationships, because no relationship, romantic or friendship wise, will maintain itself. Y'all have to maintain it. It takes effort. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here. And I would definitely say, I do believe that the strong survive. I do believe that you get out of life what you put back into it. So if you're not willing to go hard and get up every day and make that motherfucking do what it do, you're not going to get shit out of it. You're certainly not going to get out of it what you expect out of it. So I would say that. I would say don't show a nigga your gun unless you plan on shooting it, because that's how you get killed. That's a good lesson to live by. I would say don't ask for forgiveness or for somebody to accept your apology if you're not willing to accept theirs when they fuck up. Because players fuck up. You bound to fuck up. So you cannot be out here and be unforgiving and be cold and just expect everybody to meet this certain level. But when you fuck up, you're not expecting them to give you grace. I would say, if you ask me which one means more to me, loyalty or respect, it's respect. Because you could be loyal to someone for the wrong reasons, because it benefits you or it suits you. But if you respect someone, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be loyal to them because you have respect for them. You're gonna fall in line and shit'll line up the way it's supposed to because y'all have a respect for each other. So shit'll play out the way it's supposed to. So loyalty is nice, and I understand why people are so heavy on loyalty. But respect, if you respect me, and I'm gonna respect you back, and we're gonna have a mutual respect. So certain things just gonna go in the way they supposed to go. It's gonna fall in line. We're gonna be to the right. We're gonna be righteous in all our decisions and all our movements because we have mutual respect for each other. Now, I could be loyal to a cause and loyal to a motherfucker, but until it stops suiting me. If I don't respect them, when I no longer see a reason to still be loyal, I'm out. You greased. I'm about to slime you. And my nigga like, what? So I would rather you have respect. I'm heavy on respect. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. It's good to know when a motherfucker who don't like you think that they got planned for you. You less likely to walk into a setup or a trap. Because when a motherfucker hates you, they praying for your downfall. They trying to maneuver shit behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have that motherfucker close. Because whatever they think they got in store for you, that'll be your end, not mine. Whatever you plan for me, that'll be how you die, not how I die. So I do believe in that also. I believe as a grown-up, you need to take care of your hands, your feet, your back, and your knees. Because if you don't, when you get to be an older grown-up, them hands and feet, them back and them knees, baby, they not right. You going to be thrown down. You ain't going to be able to do half the shit what you want to do. Your quality of life going to be terrible. Drink more water and have more orgasms. That's the best lesson. Drink more water and have more orgasms. And you heard it from your favorite goddess, Miss Viva Benders. Yeah, so you guys, tell me what's your greatest life lesson? What have you learned through this course of life firsthand, or someone told you that you found that to be true? What is the life lesson you live by that you feel like that knowledge and wisdom helped you and still helps you to this day? Drop it down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, share the video. Keep running the numbers up. I love y'all. I fucks with those who fucks with me. You fucking with a real one. Y'all wanted me to show you the fit. One time. Pew, pew, pew. Pew. She's a baddie. I love y'all. Bye.